Now you can see we're having an error. It says the column quote ID cannot be casted automatically to type integer. Why is that? Why is it that saying we cannot cast it automatically to type integer? It said you might need to specify using quote ID, then it gave us a way like this. Why is that? That's because if you go and look at the column we are trying to cast, which is the quote ID. Of course, as at now, what's this called? It is, let me see, are there values there? There are no values in that column because the student this thing is empty. If you check select all from student performance, it is empty. We've not had any record there, right? So what we can do is this, we can say alter table student performance, alter the quote ID, like type integer. We can now say, because of that error we had, let me show you the error again. This is the error we had when we did it the last time. So you can see the error. I'll just wait. So you can see, you see, you might need to specify using quote ID this. I'm just going to copy this. That's the int that's giving me. And come here and just put it here. This open thing. So using quote ID this. So let me run this again. So this worked fine. Now let's run select all from student performance. Where is it? Where's the query? To see if that data type has been successfully changed. Can we see these guys now? That the data type of that column has now changed from varchar to integer. And you've seen how we've changed the column name, which was initially quote to quote ID. And now we have been able to change the data type to what? Integer. So there's one more thing we need to do. What do we need to do? We now need to make that column a foreign key. Are we seeing this? Of course, I could have used a shorter way. I could have just dropped that column, that's column ID, and just create a new column ID and make it a foreign key. I could have gone that way. But I wanted you to see that we can rename a column even after it has been created. We can change a data type even after the data type has been created, and we can still do these things. So no matter what you are doing, you can still alter your table to change the table name. You can still alter your table to change the column name. You can still alter your table to change the data type of that column. Right? So let's now make this a foreign key. How do we make it a foreign key? What command do we use? We use the alter command because we're still dealing with the column. It's only when I'm dealing with records directly, like I said, delete from or update from, you go directly, you use alter. But if I'm dealing with the table, you use the alter table. So you can say alter table, student performance, right? Now, what are we trying to do? We want to make this a foreign key. We want to make it a foreign key. We can just say, we can say add constraints and do add constraint, then it's not responding. We can say add constraint fk. So the name of the constraint, because look at this constraint, they have names that they are giving. They have names, right? They have names. So we could say add constraint, look at it, they have names, then performance, student ID fp, track ID fp, right? So we can say we can call, let's just say fk quotes id, right? Fk quote id, that's one of the constraints. They'll now make it a foreign key. Foreign key. So foreign key on what? Let me bring this down. Foreign key on what? On the cohort table, right? On the cohort table. And on the cohort table, sorry. On the cohort table, let's put this here. And it's referencing what? It's referencing the quote, that's still the quotes table. Sorry, not is foreign key is the quote ID. I mean, this is the column we want to make a foreign key, right? This is the name of the constraint. This is the constraint we're adding. The foreign key is this referencing quotes table, and it's referencing through the quotes primary key, which is the quote ID. So this is the primary key of that column. If you run this,
Or can you explain this again? This command you have just doing.
they are trying to make this student, sorry, they're trying to make this quote ID a primary key. Let me refresh this. Let me see that work actually. It didn't respond. Sorry, please. This is now becoming an issue. Okay, let me run this again. Good. We want to make this cohort ID column a primary, sorry, a foreign key. So we are trying to just, what's it called? Add a constraint because there are constraints, as you can see here. We have three constraints currently. That's the primary key, that's the primary key, the student ID, that's foreign key. We track another foreign key. You can see that. These are these here. So we want to make this another foreign key. So we are altering the table student performance. We are adding a constraint. This is the name of our constraint. It will be another name, but make sure it aligns with what you're doing. Then we are saying foreign key, the column name, which is the quote ID, references what table are we referencing? The quote table via the primary key of that table. That's what we're doing here. Do you get it, Lara? So if you run this,
Yes, sir. But why did we have to do it via the primary key of that table?
because that is how the relationship
Because
is
that's
established.
what I want to use.
That is how the relationship is established. Do you see this now? Do you see the foreign key we just created? FK quote ID. So of course it could be another name. Do you see these guys in this place? FK quote ID.
Yes, I can see it.
Yes.
So you can see that we'll be able to change the column name, one, the column data type, two, they now make that column a foreign key. Another person might not use this way. Another person might just choose to drop that column straight up when it was still cohort. Just drop it straight off, then create a new column that will not be foreign key. You just alter the table, add a new column, make it a foreign key. Simple as that. So it depends on what you want, what you're trying to achieve, or the thing you're trying to do basically. So let's just add some records into this table.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
If the column already had, let's say we already had like 1,000 records, and we now drop it just because we want to change the name, have we not lost all the information there?
So if you drop a column and their records there, of course you've lost the record of that particular column.
So if we already have records there, this method would be the best to go and change it and do what we want.
Exactly. I mean, there was no record in this table, so I could have just dropped the column and just create a new one. But just so that you know that you can use another way to do this, achieve this. So insert records in the student's performance table. So in our student performance table, if I'm not mistaken, I think we used a minute, let me just copy and paste it here. I think we used serial, right? We used serial as a data type. It was serial that we used. So we can use the other method because it's serial that we use serial. So let's insert record into this. So let's say we can say insert into student performance, right? Now, if I'm not putting the columns, I can just come here and say values. I want you to see, but essentially I'll still use the other method because I prefer that actually. This way you have to put in, anyways, any of them is fine, you can use anyone. So since there are no records there, let's use the first method first. Column. What are the column names? We have So I'll not put performance ID. I'll just put student ID. Now take note, because foreign keys, I cannot just put anyhow value. I have to put in the values that exist in those tables. Take note. So student ID, track ID, score, completion status, course ID, then exam. I think I can still put this here. Exam date. Let me don't break it. I can still put this here. Huh? Exam date. Right. So the values I can put in student ID. Because I'm using this method, okay, let me remove this. It's serial. I don't have to put this. Track, I think we have 357, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just confirm that. I think it's 357. Select all tracks. I think we have 357. Yeah, 357 is confirmed. You can see 357. Let me do students just to see the family keys values for that. So we have 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Those are the family keys for the student ID. Good. So I can come here. I can come here, remove this. Then track ID, we can put 3. Score, we can put, let's say, 80. Completion status. Now, if I put a value that is not in the options, we'll have an error. Don't forget, we have 2 options. What are the 2 options? You can tell me for this completion status.
Completed and incomplete.
Thank you. And take note, it has to match the letters. If it's caps that you use, make sure you use caps. If it is small letter, make sure you use small letter. So let's just say completed here, right? Course ID. I think we have 1. Exam date. Let's put an exam date. Let's say 2025. No, let's say 01 14th. So I can just add multiple records. And I'll just change this. So we have 5, we have 7, that's for track ID. Scores, I'll just make this 54, 45, 90. I'll make this one completed. Course ID, I'll leave this one as 1, make this one 2, make this one 3. The date, I'll change this to on the, let's say 15, on February, it's on the 25. I think it's fine. So we have, this is like 4 records when starting to that table. So you can see this worked successfully. Let's run the insert query. So you can see now that we have record. Sorry, this is not it. Oh, this is not it. Sorry. This is the previous one. Okay, here we go again. I really don't know why this is happening, but for now, I'm not just. I'll probably inquire why that is happening and see if we can correct that. Okay, let's see if that other query was successful so that we don't have duplicates. Okay, that means this query was not successful. So let's run this again. Okay, so we're having an error. Now let's see the error. Who can help us with this error? And how to resolve it. Look at the error first, then how can we resolve it? Anybody? Anyone? Hello, are we together?
Yes, yeah.
You just remain silent.
Mhm.
What's the error saying? Just read it. Take your time and read it. What's it saying?
Because
Okay, just not to waste time. It is saying the key cohort ID equals to 3 is not present in the cohort table. Is not present in the cohort table, right? So we said insert or update on table students violate. We are trying to make an insert, right? So you say if you are making an insert query or update query, you are violating the foreign key constraint because that key does not exist. So let's confirm that and see. Let's run this and say from quotes. I think we saw 3. I'm a mistake. I don't know. Let's just finish and see. Oh, it's 125. Can you see these guys? Do you see what I'm talking about? Hello, are we together?
yes, yes, yes,
Actually, I
yes.
thought it was 3. So 3 does not exist in this table. Hence, we're having an error.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you read the error, you would understand it. It's telling you, let's see it again. Let's see the error. Look at this place. Key cohort ID is equals to 3. This is the value. It is not present in the table cohort. It's not a full stop. Insert or update on this table, which is the performance table, violate the foreign key constraints that we created. Look at again, detail, key, cohort ID equals to 3 is not present in the table cohort. And we just checked and confirmed. So what I do, I make this 5. And this should solve the error. So if we run this now,
Mm.
you should see, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Mhm.
I didn't put anything for student ID. Oh my god, people didn't tell me. All right. But do you get this now,
You
guys?
didn't include student ID in the
And you people didn't even say it.
column.
You didn't say it.
No, you said it to generate itself. That was why you
Yes.
removed it.
You remove the
No,
student ID.
is the what's it called? The family key that
Performance ID.
generates itself. So how do we do that now to update the student ID record? We use update, right?
Yes.
We are not altering the
Yes.
table. We're not going to rename the table. We're not doing the column, it's the record. So we just can just say update. That means this is next time I'll put student ID. But let's just do that real quick. So
Understood.
update what? What
Student ID.
what table are we dealing with? Update. We're going to do the I have to do the update the table first. So update what table? What table
Yeah.
are we dealing with?
Students.
Performance table.
Yes.
So what we need to do after updating the table, set a value, right? What column are we setting? Set student
Student ID.
to be what? Now we have to ensure. I think I saw 1. You can say 1. You can now say where performance ID is what? For the first record is what?
9.
9.
9.
For the first record. Do we see these guys? These are
Yeah.
basic things that is needed for you to know.
I do not understand anything you are doing, Mr. Adam.
You'll be fine. You'll be all right.
I love this woman.
Oh, this has happened again. This is crazy, man. Crazy, man.
Sorry.
Do you experience this on your end?
Yes, I do.
No, you have. I think apparently in this
No, I don't.
they're in the same boat in this case. Okay, so let's run it and see if this works fine. Thank God I've never added many values. Okay, so you can
I
see.
know work. Only one. Okay.
Imagine I have many. I'll just delete everything. I'll just delete it and run it again. No time. No time. So sent ID, I think we have. I saw 2. think I saw 2. This should be 12. Let's use 12. Because I just 4 records. Now we're trying to update we're trying to fill the student ID values. Apparently we made a mistake. We didn't put them. Then I think I saw 3. Let's make, oh my gosh. Don't make a mistake. So we have record in 2 records. We have values in 2 records. So we have 10 and 11, right? So let's make
Yes, sir.
let's say 11. Or we could let's just say 11. Then student ID.
Why are you using the set student ID equals 3? Why are you using it? Why not where student ID equals 3
We are
or something?
updating. We are updating. We are setting the column to be this value where this is the condition. And this is the column we want to update. The syntax for update, you update a table, you set the column to a value, then you specify a condition. Does that make sense to what I just said now? You update a table,
Yes, sir.
you set a column to a value where a particular condition. If that condition is met, then it will work. Otherwise, you have an error. So I think we have to have performance. Is it 12? Is it 12? Let me just confirm that. Let me just confirm.
10.
Okay, 10. Thank you.
It's 10.
So we have I think we had 5. Student ID code 5, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we should have no values now. Good. Yes, we have no values now. Make sense? Now,
Yes,
the
sir.
other way we can insert record, if we don't want to use this, let's say we don't want to put this place, we don't specify the columns, right? Let me just comment this. I'll comment this place. So you can see that this is like method 1, inserting to specify the columns. If you don't, you can just put this here, and I'll delete all of this. But what this means, like I said, is that you have to specify the exact values and they have to match. So I can say incompleted. So that means this is not complete, right? Because if I should run this, let me change the dates. Let's say 4, 11, 14, let's 24, 12, then Friday Christmas Day, 2024. Let's say 12, 7. Is it incomplete or incomplete? I think it's incomplete.
It's incomplete.
All right. So this one is course ID, right? I think for the course ID, let me just confirm that again. I think we have 3. 1. Okay, there's no 3. There's no 3. Let's make this 2. Yeah. So if we run this, we're going to have an error. Okay, we don't have any error. I think that's started again. We can start it again. This is beginning to frustrate somebody.
Sorry.
All right. So let's look at this again and run this. So by using the second method, that means we're not specifying the column names, right? We're just putting the values. Now, can you see what do we have?
Error.
Invalid input syntax for integer, incomplete.
Incomplete.
Do you get? Why is that? That's because there are 7 columns. What is the first column?
Student ID.
What's the
I mean,
first
performance ID.
What's the first column data type?
Performance ID.
Performance ID.
What
Primary
the
key.
Primary key is not a data
Primary key.
type. That's making a mistake. Primary key is just a constraint. It's not a data type. What's the data type for performance ID?
Serial. Is it serial?
Serial.
Serial. Yes, serial.
Which is integer, right? So you can see
Yes.
it didn't flag for 3, even though this is not the value we want to put. But it didn't flag it because it satisfies that condition, that constraint, which is an integer.
Yes.
Now, student ID, what's it called? What is the data type?
I think it's integer too.
Integer.
Integer.
Is
Yes,
this an
integer.
integer value?
No,
So what is
that's
80?
a serial.
What is 80?
It's an
It's a
integer.
serial.
80 is an integer value. Even serious integer. IJ. 80 is
Sir?
integer now. Why do you say no?
But that was that what we used when we were
Yes, now
okay.
look at 80 is the second column is student ID. That is integer.
Oh,
The foreign
student ID.
is integer. Now, the third column is what?
Track ID.
What is the data type?
Same integer,
What value are we
Integer.
putting?
numbers.
We are putting
Numbers.
What
virtual.
value are we putting? We are putting incomplete. That's the value. What data type is the value?
It is
Virtual.
integer.
Virtual. So does it match the data type of that column?
Sorry,
No.
I'm sorry, I'm lost. I don't understand what you mean by what data. I didn't get what you
Just
said now.
read the error. Read the error, IJ. Read the error.
Yeah, I get the error, but you said we are putting. Oh, okay. You mean by what we wrote here, right? The query statement.
We are putting
Oh, okay.
incomplete, which is a virtual data type,
Yes,
into a
yes.
column that expects integer values.
Integer. Yes.
So does this error make sense?
Yes, it does.
And it's a good error. Abi? So what can we do? We can specify the. Now look at. We have 9, 12, 11. So what can we do? We can just come here and put in data and the values for this primary key, which is performance ID. We can say, let's say 2, comma. Let's come here and say 3, comma. Let's come here and say 4, comma, 5, comma. Do we see this? So what does this do? This first one goes to primary key, Abi, performance ID. Yes or yes? This second one
Yes.
goes to student ID. Yes or yes?
Yes.
This third row here, this third one here goes to track ID. Yes or yes?
Yes.
We are going to have an error.
Yes.
Let's see if we're going to have an error or
You
not.
still have an error. We'll still have an error.
So what is the error saying?
It's an
Invalid input syntax for type numeric. Incomplete.
So numeric is going to
Type
where?
numeric.
That is what column is column 4? Oh,
Score.
Score.
We are putting. Do you now see what I was saying? That it has to match the columns. Do you get it now? That this
Yes.
method, if you're using this
Yes.
method, if you're not specifying the column's name, you have the value you're putting has to match. Take note. But you can see that when we use this first method, that within this one that I commented here on 93, you can see we didn't have much issues because we already
Yes.
specified the columns. So we're just putting the values. So anyone you choose to use, either this one that you don't specify the columns or the one you specify the columns, ensure that you get it right. Ideally, I would advise you always use the one that you specify the columns. That way, you can know what values you're putting in the column because you are seeing it yourself. You can see that this one now, we have to be very, very careful. So this one, we have 7 columns: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to come here and put scores now. Abi?
Yes.
So I will leave this. Let me.
The score is already there.
It's already there. So what do we need to put?
Is the track ID.
Track ID. And track ID, we have, I think, 1, 5, and 7. So I'll just make 1.
Yes.
Make this 5. I'll make this 5.
7.
I'll make this 7. Now you agree with me.
Student
Now
track
look
ID is
at
already
this.
there.
That means these ones are the student IDs, right?
Yes.
Now you might still have an error. It's possible you have an error. Let's go and check. It's possible you have an error.
You're still there, but still not accurate.
Now, what is the error?
Is it keep track of which one is not present in the table?
In the tracks table. So you can see that this method can be complicated in a way
Yes.
because it has to match the exact column. So you have to know the columns. I have to know the right values to put in there. So we're having an issue with the track ID. That's the third column. right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means in the tracks column, but wait, there's one in the tracks column now. Is there no one in the track column? Oh,
There's no one.
I don't know.
It's 357.
So let's correct that. So this one should be 3. Do you now see now? It's still
Yes.
possible we have an error. It's possible with the student. I think we have an error with the student. I thought as much. So that means there's no student ID with 7. Let's
Yes.
Do you now see where this is coming from? Wait, not this place. Student, that's the number. This is this place.
Yes. The student.
I think we might not have any error now. Yes, I think so. You can see.
Numbers.
But you can see how stressful this can be,
Very.
even though it worked fine. So this method, if you want this method, you have to make sure that the value you are putting match the exact column. Do you get? Let me put in
Yes,
one
sir.
record. Let's just do one more record. This time around, I won't put in the value for the primary key. Yeah, I've written that one. That's I've moved the value for the primary and the not primary key, the first column. That's the primary key column. Can we see what is happening now? Do we get this? Do we get this? Because the auto increment is not working. The auto increment feature is not working. But if
Yes.
we had used this method that we specify the columns, we don't have to bother about putting the values for primary key. We know it to do it itself. Do you now see it now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I want to believe you understand the two methods of inserting data into our tables. My advice for you, use the first method. Specify the column names so you are sure you have no issues. You don't have to specify the primary,
Okay.
the first column because you need to auto increment. But if you didn't specify the data type as serial or generated auto as identity, maybe just use integer.
Mm.
You have to now put in the value for the primary key itself. That's it. But if not, it will auto increment itself. But if you are sure that you know the exact columns that you're putting values into, then you can now use the second method. That way, you don't have to specify the columns and you'll be fine. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
I think we've already we've inserted records into our student performance table. We have about 8 records. Then also in our cohort table, we have records, right? So we have seen update,
Yes, sir.
we have seen delete, we have seen how to rename, we have seen how to change a data type, we have seen how to change a column name, we have seen how to delete, we have seen how to update, we have seen how to now make a particular column a foreign key, which was not a foreign key before, right? Good.
Yes, sir.
Right. I don't know. Time flies. Time flies. I'll say 9:30. So we'll just do some little now the distinct, there's what we call distinct. We might have another class again. Yes. Now there's something we call distinct. I don't know if I've mentioned it. Distinct allows us to remove duplicates. Welcome on. Distinct allows us to remove duplicates. So what are duplicate records? A record is said to be duplicate if the exact record has existed before. Take note. A record is said to be duplicate if the exact record has existed before. So a record contains maybe 1 row, 2 rows. So in this case, if we have a value that says 233 60.0 incomplete 1 and this exact date, that record will not be a duplicate. Do you get it now? But if it is just a few columns that match and the rest of the column does not match, we can't say it's duplicate. Do you get it? So we can say, let's just do this thing. We might not run everything. Let's just look at an example. I want us to wrap up soon, sir. But let's just see. And say select distinct student performance. Can we see this here? Now we might have to put this in a bracket. Do we see this now? So how many records do we have? We have 8. That means no records are duplicates. We have no duplicate values. We have no duplicate values. Now, if you want to get, let's say, a few records, we don't want to get everything. We can use the limits. We can say limit 3. What this does is we only get the first 3 rows. This is not responding. Oh my gosh. This is not responding. So let's run this again. Let's run this again. Limit 3. Yeah, this should be in brackets. This should be in brackets. This should be in brackets. Now, function this thing. Okay, no. Go back again. Let's use this with a particular column. This work better with a particular column. Or am I making a mistake? Distinct, D-I-S-T-I-N-C-T. Sorry, distinct, yeah. Distinct. Do we see this now? So we can limit the records we want to get. Let's say top 3, top 2, the first 3, that's what limit does. Right? Now let's look at, we can use this thing. If you want to see this thing, you can use this thing for, let's say, a particular column. Right? Let me just copy this. Or let me just run it again. So you can say select distinct. Let's pick a column. Let's say completion status. Completion status. From student performance. So can you see what we have here, guys? How many records do we have?
2.
2. Why is that? That's because there are only 2 distinct records in this column. So any other one that exists again is duplicate. Does it make sense, please? Do you get this?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. So, like I said, I want us to wrap up early because initially my plan was, but I don't want to do this revision to refresh our memories and to reinforce the knowledge and skills we've learned, right? So on Saturday, we'll have another class again. That's what the problem is. We'll probably treat joins. We also have treated subqueries, but we'll see how it goes. So if you need to refresh your memory to what's it called? Practice what we've done, do so. That's fine. You know, the recordings for this class would be sent. You know, just practice. It's important you practice and you get better. So any other questions you can ask on the group or you can reach out to me personally. Thank you very much. We'll be having another session after this. If you have any other question, reach out to me or ask on the group. I'll send a script to this work. I'll send it so you can see we've never attempted this task I wanted us to do. Maybe on Saturday we might do this. We'll look at this on Saturday, I guess so. So thank you very much, guys. Do have a wonderful night rest.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.